Welcome to The Explainer. Now, today's title, it's a huge promise, right? Forgiveness, the end of all suffering. We're going to dive into a really powerful teaching from A Course in Miracles. And this teaching says forgiveness isn't just, a nice thing to do. It's supposed to be the tool for your own freedom. So let's check it out. Just think about that for a second. What if a single choice, just one, could literally end all your suffering? Every single loss you've ever felt. It sounds kind of out there, I know, but that's the big question we're tackling today. Okay, so before we can even talk about the solution, we've got to get really, really clear on what the problem is. And according to this text, the problem is something we all carry around. It's this universal burden, the weight of our grievances. So what are we even talking about when we say grievance? Well, you know that specific complaint you just can't let go of? That simmering anger or resentment you feel when you think about something that happened? Yeah, that's it. And it could be against somebody else, and this is key, it can also be something you hold against yourself. That's the burden we're talking about. And man, there is a cost to carrying these things around. They are not free. Grievances, they create all this inner turmoil, right? They wreck our relationships. And I really love this image from the text. It says they bind us to the past with these chains of judgment. And what that does is it literally blocks peace and joy from even getting into your life. Okay, so that's the problem. It's pretty heavy. So what's the turning point? Where's the hope? Well, that brings us to this pretty radical path to peace. And here it is. Bam, right there. The core idea stated so simply. Forgiveness ends all suffering and loss. And notice, it's not a suggestion, it's not a helpful hint. It's presented as a fact, the one answer to all those grievances we were just talking about. So, the big takeaway here? According to this teaching, forgiveness isn't just one of the options, it's the option, the only way. It's the one single key that unlocks every single one of those chains. All right, so you're probably thinking, how? How does this actually work? How can one choice change, everything? The secret, it says, isn't about changing the world outside of you. It's about healing how you see the world. And this just lays it out so clearly. It's like we're choosing which world we live in, moment to moment. On one side, you've got the world seen through grievances. It's all inner turmoil, those chains of judgment, suffering. But look at the other side, the world with forgiveness. Suddenly you have inner peace, freedom, love, healing. It's the same world, but your experience of it is completely transformed. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it look like in real life? How do we actually do this stuff? So let's get practical. Let's break it down into two key ways to put forgiveness into action. So, part one. This is probably the one we all think of first, forgiving other people. It's all about letting go of those things we're holding against them. Let's use a real example. Imagine a friend or a family member says something that really, really hurts you. Your gut reaction is probably to hold on to that resentment, right? To stew on it. But what if you consciously make the choice to forgive? Well, two things happen. First, the relationship has a chance to heal. But second, and this is the most important part, your emotional weight gets lighter instantly. Forgiveness is always, always a gift you give to yourself first. And now for part two. And honestly, this is the one that's often way harder for a lot of us. It's about turning that forgiveness inward. Forgiving yourself. I mean, think about it. Who's your harshest critic? It's usually you, right? We just replay our mistakes over and over in our heads, just drowning in that guilt. So the action here is to actually practice forgiving yourself. And look, this isn't about letting yourself off the hook or saying what you did was okay. It's about acknowledging that you're human. It's about giving yourself enough grace to say, okay, I messed up. Learn what you can from it, and then move on without that giant weight on your back. All right, so where do we even start with all this? Let's make it super actionable. Here are some first steps you can literally take today, right after you're done listening. So the text lays out this really simple, but honestly powerful daily practice. Step one is just to identify someone. Just bring one person to mind you need to forgive. And remember, that person can absolutely be you. Step two, reflect on the feelings. Don't shove them down. Actually let yourself feel the anger, the hurt, whatever it is, but without judging it. Step three is the big one. Choose. This is an active choice. You consciously decide, I'm letting this go. And finally, step four, affirm it. State your intention out loud or to yourself. Think of it like a muscle. You got to practice it every day to make it stronger. And to help you with that last step, that affirmation part, you can use a really simple phrase to kind of seal the deal. Something like, I release all grievances and embrace peace in my heart. You can say it quietly, say it out loud. Repeating it just helps your brain lock in that choice you just made.
So let's end right where we started, with the only question that really matters. And this isn't just a rhetorical question for the show. I mean, really, take a second. Ask yourself, what specific grievances are you holding on to right now? What are those chains of judgment that are keeping you from feeling peace and joy? Because as we've seen today, the power to break every single one of those chains, it's just one choice away.